How's it going, guys, and welcome to RC Cincy. Today I'm pretty excited. I finally received this product right here. So I ordered this from Banggood. It was roughly 96 or something like that, and a lot of places it was a lot more. I know RC Moments had it for 140. As soon as I saw that, I decided that it was a fair price. I wanted it because it's ready to fly. Besides the AA batteries and charging the battery, and obviously doing a little bit of assembly, it's not too bad. So it's the it's basically like a Beaver style of airplane. You know, the one that has a little float. This one just happens to have landing gear. It's that style to me. It's made by XK. It's the DHC-2A600, or known as the XK-A600. It is a 5-channel brushless 3D and 6G setup. It's powerful, it's brushless, so it has pretty decent power. I think it has a 1404 brushless motor. The wingspan's full 580 millimeters. The length of the plane is 543, 90 grams. The 1404 motor, like I said, it runs off a 7.4 volt, 300 milliamp battery, 25C. See what else is on the box. I think that's it. Oh, and it is a Futaba protocol, so that allows you to use Futaba radios and basically any radio that has like a modular, like a jumper module on it, to where you can put, you know, multiple protocols on it. I think it's a modular or something like that. It's been a while, but it's pretty cool. So it's kind of in a mess right now because I actually did the video for this last night, but unfortunately I had some issues with some filming and it just didn't turn out right and the files weren't right, so I unfortunately have to reshoot it. I've already built the plane. I kind of took some of it apart, and I'll kind of go over everything you get in the box, quick assembly, you know, first impressions, stuff like that, kind of showing you everything, and then we'll do a flight soon. So let's get right into it. So this came like this. I was actually very surprised. There's a shipping label. I was surprised it came that way. I figured it would be in another box to kind of protect it. It wasn't beat up too bad, just a little small like dent here. I mean, really the product was fine when I got it, and it had no tape anywhere. That was weird. Like anybody could have literally just opened it right up, you know, like that's kind of crazy to me. But there are a couple parts I threw in here that I typically don't use once I buy a product, but I will share them with you guys. So let's just open this up. Hey buddy. My little dog just ran up on me. Wow, let's turn it this way, make it easier for me to pull it out, huh? I may be pulling this out upside down, maybe not, I don't know. There we go. And we need this. So, just a quick little tip, always check the inside of the box because I found a US plug adapter. So that's very useful. So here's your basic manual, just instructing you proper assembly, telling you what does what, troubleshooting, you know, proper setup, what each control does, how to pretty much do everything as far as charging goes, what you need to put it together and stuff like that. So it's actually a decent little manual. And then this is the actual adapter. You'll see that it's European, the two prongs. And this was what was in the bottom of the box. Make sure you check a European to US. adapter. So these are really neat. I think they're only like $1 anyways, but I had one from a while back. I got one with a different product, and I kind of kept this, so it's nice to have just in case you have like a weird battery that needs a weird charger. So that's the adapter portion of it. And then the actual little brick right here, the adapter goes into the side of it, and then your battery connects via balance port. So it flashes when it's charging, when it gets power, and then when it's charging. Hi buddy. And then simple as that, plug it in that way, and that's as far as go what I had in the box. So honestly, I don't use this charger once I get a product or the manual. I just kind of set it aside, put it in the box, and then put it up somewhere. So let's go over this. So let's quickly go what you get in this bag. So normally these two little they're color, I think they're called struts. Let's see if they're even. I'm very curious if they're even. These ones are even. That's unusual. Usually they can be off a little bit. You get 2 struts. You get an extra prop with a cone on there. There is a screw already in here. I don't see an extra screw. That's kind of a bummer. So if you lose it, that's not good news. And then of course the battery itself is a 300 milliamp 7.4 volt 25C battery. It's using, looks like a Molex, I think that's correct. And then you charge it via balance port. Honestly, I've had little batteries like this before for like a little rock crawler. It just had a JST instead. I'm sure you can solder and change these adapters out anyways. And then you can get them from Banggood, but they take forever, up to like 25 or 30 days. And they're like $8.96 or something weird like that. So by the time you pay for expedited shipping, they're kind of expensive. I will try to find alternate options or a cheap way to get them, or see if I can find a different battery that we can use. So I'll be letting you know about that. I'll weigh this battery. There seems to be enough room inside in the back of the cavity. You could theoretically put a battery up here as well, not only in the bottom, maybe in the bottom for the weight purposes of it. So there's your battery. You do get a nifty screwdriver, which makes it kind of ready to fly, helps you put it together. And then you only get 1 screw. Do not lose this. This is the screw that you're gonna need to keep the wing on. So really quickly before we start going through everything else, I just want to show you the remote real quick. It is the basic one. I've seen this remote with, I think not a helicopter, but another plane, or maybe a helicopter. I'm not sure, 100% sure. It's not that special. It's probably the least favorite thing a lot of folks will say about this. But like I said, it's Futaba protocol, 4 AA batteries, not included of course. And then really, I think these mostly are dead buttons from what I gather, unless it turns on the lights and the other 2 connectors on there. Maybe you can hook up power to them, I'm not 100% sure. And then the only button really that it emphasized was clicking this button, which takes you out of 6G to 3D, so you can do stunts and stuff. But I don't think it ever completely turns off. The stabilization does. I think it, well, honestly, I think it, what do you call it? I think it just, like makes it to where you can still flip the plane. Like it won't ride itself as much. It still does it a little bit. And then you obviously have your rates by clicking this one, I think. I don't know if this one clicks. Yes, this one is your rate. So it makes them, makes the elevator and rudders, you know, turn more aggressive, be a little bit faster. So it's better for when you do stunts. So I guess this one's like a beginner mode and more like advanced. Turn it on. It is really nice because it does have a really bright blue screen. It shows you the airplane. You give it throttle. It shows you the percents of throttle. It shows the little prop looks like it's moving. It tells you how many bars reception you're getting. Well, that's probably battery. Either battery reception. No. Okay, so reception on one side, battery on the other. It says mode 2 on it. What else? Let's see if you click this. It does make a noise. Okay, so you see the L, that's in low rates. Click it again, high. And then for some reason, whenever you click 6G or 3G, it doesn't show anything on the screen, so you just gotta, that's how you turn off. Long press hold, not just clicking it. You hear that long beep, that's off, that's back on. So, and then obviously trims, and I think these buttons are dead honestly, but we'll find out. Set that to the side. Okay, so we're kind of moving through this. So, I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. These landing gear are not easy to get in here, but you basically have to grab them and squeeze them almost together, and then you force it in there. It's really tight and really hard. For me, it was honestly a struggle. And then these pieces, these little bits right here, push right over that, clip onto the side, clip onto the side. Not hard at all. That was the only thing that I didn't want to undo. And then this gear, landing gear in the back, is very simple. You just simply pop it in. It's in there. Make sure it's tight. It has a cool shark, by the way, on the side of it. The XK-A600, like I said. Everything looks to be painted on there. Same durable foam. Really quickly, battery hatch. You just pull down on this little latch. There's the battery, and the cavity is ginormous. Just to show you perspective-wise, like when I mean like ginormous, like you could put a much larger. You could probably honestly do a 600-700, maybe even 1,000 milliamp battery in there. So it's definitely upgradable, I think. We'll see on the weight and the balance and everything how far we can go and what we can do, so I'll look into that. The wire is plenty long. Let's go ahead and tuck that back in here and just put this latch back on. I don't want to lose it. So once you've popped in your landing gear and these little plastic side bits right here, then you want to do your wing or vice versa. You look in here just really quickly. You look in here, you see two servos. One's for the rudder, one's for the elevator. There's your main board that everything plugs into. And then right above that is the actual gyro or accelerometer or whatever you want to call it, that gives senses when it's off balance or, you know, anything like that. And then a little bit further, that little piece that's about this big that's got black tape on it, that's actually this ESC. And then a little bit further than that is the brushless motor that's actually has little cutouts right here so it can breathe and it looks cool. It sounds really great, the motor does. I love brushless. And then there's that. So like I said, there are two open connectors right there. I don't know if those are power for lights. I'll get maybe like a voltmeter and see if it puts out like 3 or 5 volts. There is a bind button right there, so let's say you do Swiss controllers, you press that little button right there. It is a bind button. You press, I guess maybe press and hold. These servos are just so little. So that's the main plane. These are the two connectors you are going to be connecting for the wing. So the wing itself looks pretty cool. Same orange theme, slightly upward to create lift. See how it's slightly bent up. Plus the two struts actually kind of help bring it up like so a little bit. You can see the two little servos right there that control your I always have trouble saying that word. Rudder, elevator, and aileros are always have trouble, but you know what I mean. And then there's a piece of tape right here. Actually, one of them was peeled up. I kind of repressed that tape. It's no big deal. It looks like some clear cheap tape or something. 2 connectors, and then a little piece that kind of acts like a tongue and groove, like it kind of locks in, and you press down, and then the screw holds it on the back side. So the first thing you're going to need to do is connect these. Now, from what I found, they splice off of one, so meaning it doesn't matter which one you connect to which, I do believe, since it's spliced off of it. So you want to line it up. There's a little notch right there. You want to line it up to the notch. Press it all the way in. Make sure you get a nice connection. And you want to do the same thing with the other one. Line it up with the notch. They give you plenty of room to work with. They're just so little. I got to be careful. I don't want to mess them up. Same thing. Make sure they're both pressed in there. Then you turn it. You want to kind of tuck the wires. Now, I really don't want the wires to be, I'd rather the wires go that way than towards the rods. So we're just gonna make them go this way a little bit. Make sure to get that groove underneath there, tuck it under there and press down all the way. And it's actually a really, really snug fit. Now the screw is gonna keep it obviously attached. Do not lose this. If you're in a field and you take that off, just be very careful. You lose this, you might be screwed. So you just wanna line it up. See, if you're doing it over grass, you'd have a really bad time right now. So I would assemble everything at home and then just pop in the trunk or whatever and bring it to your favorite airfield or park or wherever it may be. Once you get it started, you're good to go. And then just make sure it's snug. You don't want to strip it. Just turn it so it's nice and snug. You can see it's right on there. We're gonna set the extra prop, the screwdriver, to the side because we no longer need it. Then you have these struts. They're very simple. There's a little ball right there, and there's one on the on this side of this plastic cover. And if these happen to pop off, that little ball kind of holds this from coming all the way off. So that's kind of nice. So all they do is snap in. I'll hold it this way, try to maybe get you the best view as possible. So you would snap one side, and then you would snap the other side. It will make a snapping noise. Boom. And you get it on there correctly. There is one. So you can see how it's angled up compared to the other one. Now the landing gear isn't perfectly straight. You will have to kind of look at it and bend and adjust those accordingly. You know, hold the plastic part. Hold it again and just keep working them because you want them straight where it's pretty good. If it has a little bit of lean, it's not the end of the world, but I will continue to work on it. I don't want to spend the whole time doing that. Same thing. Pop that one and go up to the other one, which should be right here. Where is it? Yep, right here. Push that up a little bit so I can, boom. There's both of them. See how it's kind of pushing the wings up? They're kind of angled up. That'll help create lift. Then you want to set it on something level and you want to look at it. Set back a little bit and kind of look at it, adjust it, play with it. It's not going to be perfect immediately once you put it all together. It may take you a few times messing with it. And then you also, when you turn it on, make sure that when it's done, you know, when it's on level flat ground, as you can possibly get it when you turn it on, make sure it's level flat ground. That way, you want to calibrate it. You want to make sure it's level this way, like so, and then level the landing gears level. So get as close as you can. And to calibrate, you just move both joysticks outward like this in a 45-degree angle, just like that. That's what helps calibrate the gyro. Maybe have someone help you just that way so you can lift it up. So the gyro in there is calibrated level. I doubt it's in an angle with the landing gear. I doubt that. It's probably cut in there in a cut piece so it's straight. So you want to lift this up and then have someone, you may be able to do it one-handed. Yep, it can be done. Get as straight as you can. That way it's calibrated level. And then when you fly, it kind of balances itself and kind of works to help you fly. This is supposedly one of the easiest to fly planes there is out there. So I'm super excited to get up in the air. It is 5 channels, meaning 4 channels for throttle, elevator, rudder, ailerons, and then the 5th channel is obviously for your stabilization because that's plugged into a channel as well. So I think that's pretty much everything. So I'll do some weights later on. I said 90 grams, but I'll double check that with the battery in it. I'll see what options we have with that, and then we'll get this up in the air and fly. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, guys. So stay tuned for that video. And I think that's really going to do it for this. Super nice little plane. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, hopefully. I do appreciate that. Thank you to all new subscriptions. Flights will be coming soon. I've just been a little busy. We just got the pool up and got a bunch of stuff done, so I'm excited about that as well. So stay tuned. What else? So yeah, I have a lot of stuff planned, but we'll get to it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.